Alright, so what's going on, FishAholics, and welcome back to another video. I'm back out in Montauk and finally out here. It's really starting to look like fall. The leaves are changing, leaves are falling off the trees, and today, fortunately enough, it's a little bit of a warmer day. It's been really windy, it's been, pretty chilly out, but the wind now is coming out of the south-southwest, so the last couple days it's been like getting up into the 60s. So we're not gonna hit the south side surf. I decided over on the north side it looked pretty nice. Let's launch the kayak and maybe try and catch some black sea bass or togs. So we missed the low tide at the south side. I was trying to catch crabs there, but we went to the north side and I got about a dozen, maybe 2 dozen. So not a lot of bait, but we'll try and make it happen. And if we find some bass where I did see some bass on bait, what it looked like, we might be able to catch some bass as well, so that'd be pretty cool. And already, we started off the day on a high note earlier this morning, because when I was on the south side, there was a ton of debris, washed up on the shore, and amongst it, we found some pretty awesome plugs: a tsunami talking popper, SP minnow, super strike needlefish, Hopkins, diamond jig, and as well as a popper. Also found a Scotty downrigger line clip, which is pretty cool. I have downriggers back in my parents' house in Jersey, so put it to good use. But yeah, we're gonna be an open book. Started on a high note today. Let's get out in the kayak, see if we can finish it on a high note. So let's hit it. It is a beautiful day over here on the north side. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Oh yeah, we got some fish popping over there. We were actually gonna originally go in that direction to a spot where it's really rocky, and that's why we caught some crabs, because I wanted to try and catch black sea bass or tog. And by the way, huge shout out to Joe in the yellow kayak. He just gave me a whole bag of green crabs because he was out here bottom fishing. And then when I was launching, I actually told him I saw some birds popping over here. So he's actually over there. Looks like he already caught a fish, whatever it is, probably a striper, a small one. Maybe there's some blues. If we're really, really lucky, maybe there'll be some albies, but it's kind of late in the season. So we'll go try that for a little bit, and then we'll go that way and see if we can get tog or black sea bass. If it really starts popping off over here, though, we're gonna stay. You can believe me, you can trust me on that. All right, let's go see what Joe caught. Small bass?
Yeah, I ran over a huge school. I did one, I dropped another one, but they were small.
Right now, it kind of... right now, I'm really having a sense of deja vu, because I fished this spot in the kayak many times trying to chase albies or chase bass in the fall, and whenever I get here, like, it just seems like they always go down or they kind of disappear. I mean, at least we're kind of prepped for doing something else in case those fish don't show up or we don't mark them. Joe was saying, he caught one and then he marked them, and then he was jigging them and he dropped a couple. But it's funny how these fish just tend to disappear. I mean, this spot is just like a big bowl. Like, there's nothing really to hold them except the bait, and they kind of just swim through. They'll feed here for a bit, and then they probably just keep going, go out with the tide, or they go wherever these fish go. All right. If I don't see you, I'll see you later.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you, you too. All right, well, we're going bottom fishing because they're gone. It seems like it always happens here at this exact spot. When I'm on the beach, I see the fish feeding, they're popping, I think I'm gonna get out here in the kayak and catch them good. And then by the time I get out here and get here, then they go down and they disappear. And I'm not even marking them. You'd think you'd at least mark something and you could like jig them a little bit, but it's just like they vanish. And I could say like, hey, that's fishing, but I would say I've done this same routine probably like, I don't know, 2 dozen times, and it's always like this. So I've always like said to myself, I'm like, all right, I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again. And today we kind of followed through with that. I mean, we brought some crabs, so we're gonna go bottom fishing now. and change it up. Usually I would just come out here thinking, all right, let's just go for the bass, let's go for the albies, and then they disappear. And then we're sitting out there here catching nothing. Go figure. Now I'm seeing birds diving and fish popping about a quarter mile that way from the direction where we came from. All right, so this is what we saw over there. And we were just here, and now we're back. This is what I'm talking about. Yes, man. Yeah. That was quick. On a little 1/4 ounce bucktail. See you later, buddy. Enjoy your run. All right, now we're gonna bust out the fly rod and the surf candy, because this is the kind of action which is meant for the fly rod. Oh, just missed them. Oh man, even a bigger blitz is breaking out over there. We gotta go check it out. This is what dreams are made of. There he is, fish on. Oh gosh, it's going the wrong way. Oh my gosh, just look at this. I gotta get this fish in, and we're just gonna film a little bit of this insanity. All right, we're taking you under the water. There he is, boom. Oh, there he is. Now he's going down. Hell yeah, man. There he is, gotta love that. He inhaled the surf candy. There he goes. There he is. Boom. All right, this is awesome. You cannot not love this. All right there is just acred up, filled up with feeding bass on top. And then I'm also just marking them all the way to the bottom. There's a fish right there. It wasn't even moving it, just dragging it through the water on my little surf candy. See you later, buddy. Finish your run. All right, so they went down, and I'm kind of looking around, seeing if they're gonna pop back up. And those were some fast moving stripers. You know, we followed them about a half mile, and they were moving quick. I mean, it also didn't help that I was trying to get that really epic and cool shot. I don't even know if I got it. Hopefully I did. If you guys see it, then you got something cool. But I was messing around with the GoPro pole and the underwater camera, trying to get that underwater shot. And I probably only caught like 5 or 6, 25-inch fish. I probably could have caught 30 if I just wanted to, fish and catch them. If they pop back up, we'll really work them hard, and then maybe we'll get something bigger. I wouldn't be surprised if there's, like a 30+ inch fish, cruising around underneath them. But they went so hard. That was so cool. That was the best bass splits that I've ever got on right here. I've gotten on a crazy bluefish blitz here. You guys saw that video. And the bass, though, I've never seen something like that here in this spot. So that was really cool. And for the time being, while there's a little bit of a lull, I guess we're just gonna cruise around. We'll go back to the spinning rod. We'll see if we could jig them up if we mark them. And we'll just see if they pop back up. You know, we got the crabs. I would go togging, but that you know, sun is getting lower and it's probably not even worth it by the time I go a mile or probably like 3/4 of a mile to my bottom fishing spot. So we'll just hang out and see if they pop back up. They're feeding on really tiny bait, and you know what? They just popped up further offshore, so we're gonna go check them out. There he is. Fish on. Look at all those freaking marks right there. There's definitely some bigger fish hugging to the bottom of the school. So this little rain bait really doesn't attract like really too big a fish, but definitely probably some 30 inchers down there. I'm gonna sink a bucktail down below this frenzy, and we're gonna see if we can get something bigger. Pull out a 30 incher or something. These schoolies are perfect for this dark matter rod. 25 inchers. This is perfect light tackle action. Oh gosh, it looks like they're kind of heading back in towards where they started, which is good because then we'll be able to get out of the wind. We followed them probably at least a mile offshore. Isn't this freaking beautiful? All to myself, this is awesome. What's up, buddy? Enjoy the run. There he is. Sorry for disturbing your fun, but I'm having some fun. There he goes. And they're gone. That's it. It's crazy. You catch one and they're freaking out of here. All right, well, we probably followed the fish a bit far, don't you say? And it's not the calmest way out here. So we're gonna probably put down the camera and start working on our trek back. We're most likely gonna get pretty wet, but hey, it was worth it for the action that we had out here today. Woo! All right, that was a wet ride. And it looks like a school of bass stayed in close to the beach and stayed behind. And those other fish, they were moving quick and way out there. And that's why, like, originally I was thinking just to stay close today, but when the insanity started going offshore, it was like, okay, like it's either stay here and possibly catch nothing or follow it. So followed it, caught some of them, and then there's still some fish here, which is pretty sweet. There he is. It's marvelous. This is probably the last big school I'm gonna chase down, and then we're out of here. This one might be a little bigger. How's my balance, guys? Gotta have good balance if you're gonna stand in the kayak and fly fish for sure. All right. Freaking beautiful fish, man. What would we do without you, stripers? Love you, buddy. All right, I think that's it. We're just gonna drag the fly back to the launch. You know, leave them biting. They're still popping up behind me. What a great day out on the water. So I guess we'll have to save our crabs for another day. Maybe tomorrow we'll get out and do some togging or black sea bassing or something like that. But just a great day on the water. I did not expect that was going to happen. And to be honest, that could very much well be a lifetime, you know, experience bass blitz for this spot. You know, like those are the kind of blitzes that, you know, 10 years ago would happen like every evening or every morning almost, you know, around the lighthouse or on the south side, the north side. But in this location, you know, I've seen bass blitz, but nothing of that size. And I actually have had a big bluefish blitz here from the surf. You guys know what video I'm talking about probably. And that was in the same location, but from the surf. And guys here were trying from the surf. I couldn't see them catching anything. You know, these fat fish were feeding on really small bait, rain bait, and they were moving really fast. And it's like the only way to stay on them really was to be in a kayak or if you had a small boat. And fortunately enough, we had all those fish pretty much to ourselves the entire day. So that was pretty cool. Fun all around. I mean, the fish were small, but, you know, you're rigging light, and it's still fun. And yeah, I'll put all my tackle and equipment down in the description. My Hobie Outback is from Ramsey Outdoor Store in New Jersey if you guys want to check them out. And yeah, hopefully the footage came out pretty well. We're going to have to check it out when we get back because, you know, I took a lot of underwater footage. And, you know, the bad thing about that is I'm not really going to know how it turns out until I get home. So hopefully you enjoyed the footage. Hopefully it turned out pretty good. And I think that's a wrap. Never forget, live to fish, fish to live. I'll see you guys in the next one.